Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thank you for logging on. If you love these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I'd really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we're discussing an all-time great, launched in the year 2000, made for just the 1 year and crafted in a limited edition of 500 pieces. This is the Reverso Quantieme Perpetuel, the Perpetual Calendar Reverso. This was part of a series of 6 rose gold limited edition complicated Reverso models launched with the original Quantieme, the 60th anniversary Reverso in 1991. That was a solid gold movement with a date and a power reserve. The watch you see right here is a retrograde perpetual calendar with a day-night indicator, all of that fit into the Grand Tie case size. So a very agreeable 42.2 millimeters from lug to lug, 26.2 millimeters from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and in terms of thickness, remarkably for the complication and the rotating case, only 9.7 millimeters thick. You can see the 19 millimeter spacing between the lug, and proportionally you're looking at this watch on a 16 centimeter circumference wrist. I can recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters in circumference. So the strap that's fit is a high-grade Camille Fournet French-made JLC factory strap. You can see, made in France, Jaeger-LeCoultre, and completely without any gouging or signs of wear. It uses a broad folded edge with a monotone stitch. It's black high gloss, large rectangular scale alligator leather, and you will note that JLC has crafted this watch so that although there is no daylight between strap and case flank, you can still pull the strap straight down around a small wrist. Many Reversos pin their straps against the case flank, and as a result they flare out and they fight the wrist. Here you do have full articulation, and that's small wrist friendly. Here's JLC's second generation deployant clasp, and you can see that it's the second generation because inside it features a little well between its outer rails, and that well is all of blasted finish flanked by high polish. It is a very substantial component. And you'll even note that the swing arm is nicely curved to trace the underside of your wrist. A deployant clasp gives you more security against droppage. The calendar is adjusted using pushers on the flanks of the case, and you'll appreciate the curvature of the Reverso case when you view it from these angles. The soldier shots that you see online, which are pretty much just like mug shots for watches, make the Reverso look relentlessly rectangular. And while it does have a strong rectangular aspect and a sharp contrast and a little bit of a tension between its lateral lines and its vertical lines, nevertheless in profile you can see that it has a barrel-like case flank that rolls under into the chassis, as well as diminishing taper to conical lugs that are squared off at their ends. So viewed from this angle, the Reverso is actually all curves. So it's a more nuanced design than a lot of folks suspect. If you've only encountered the watch online, you need to give the Reverso design another chance. There's a lot more to it, and I think you'll like what you see. The case is all of high polish, and you can see that includes the reverse side. It is the Quantieme Perpetuel, the Perpetual Calendar, 153 of 500, and the case, of course, rotating. On the dial side, we have a lush satin silver, the hour track featuring the vertically oriented Arabic-style numerals that have been characteristic of the Reverso since the very first examples in 1931. Let's remember the Reverso was designed with a solid case back, originally to deflect the blows of polo mallets for British players in India who wanted to be able to play the game without removing their watches and the vulnerable then glass crystals. Well, the solid caseback has given way to a second dial, as the Reverso in the modern era, no longer a sports watch, has become a platform for complications. Blued broadsword hands over a sort of cross-hatching guilloche center. You'll appreciate that there is a day-night indicator up at 1 o'clock that acts as your danger zone indicator, so when you see night, don't use the pusher adjusters to set the calendar. That's when it's turning automatically. There's a small second and a lovely arc featuring the Quantieme bisextile or leap year indicator with the big red B down at 6 o'clock. So you have a leap year cycle indicator, you have constant seconds, a handsomely balanced dial, and then on the reverse side you can see the Perpetual Calendar is not just francophone, it is also a retrograde. You have a retrograding date, you have a moon phase with an accuracy of 122 years, there's a lovely guilloche pattern that undulates almost like hanging curtains around the registers themselves. You have the month as well as the day of the week in French, and lovely Alfa style hands blued to indicate. The timepiece is remarkably compact, as that entire Jaeger-LeCoultre manufactured caliber 855 sits inside the rotating component of the case itself. So the case itself is much smaller than the watch overall. The base of the chassis features an engine-turned perlage, and the movement Manual wind is shaped and sized for that case, beating away at 21,600 vibrations per hour. It has a 45 to 48 hour manual wind power reserve. It is a remarkable perpetual calendar because this is not the IWC Kurt Klaus system. The Kurt Klaus system used on almost all JLC watches with perpetual calendars. This is an in-house movement with an in-house perpetual calendar by JLC, making it one of precious few JLC watches with the company's own Quantieme Perpetuel mechanism. Truly special in that you get an all JLC movement inside JLC's design icon, the Reverso, which truly is JLC's Submariner, JLC's Nautilus, JLC's Royal Oak, JLC's Moonwatch. This is the icon of La Grande Maison. Put it on your wrist on the watch box.